When you let the Chinese come in and we get nothing back, but they're paying their workers $6 an hour, that's probably a high rate, to compete against our great auto workers. I will continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with our auto workers and make sure we stand shoulder to shoulder with Unifor, the hardworking people that right now are out of a job in Brampton, in Oshawa, and Ingersoll, but we have the best autos in the entire world. And when you have cheap autos coming in, not to mention cybersecurity, and I don't even know how they're going to get across the border at $15,000 less than what we can manufacture, and promising they'll manufacture. Well, they aren't going to be manufacturing over 200,000 vehicles anytime soon here in Ontario. And that's the break-even point for any auto manufacturer here. And guess what, folks? 80 to 90% of those vehicles go south of the border. So I'm not too sure if President Trump wants Chinese spy vehicles coming across the border, but I'm betting the answer is no. You know, when you get on your cell phone, it's the Chinese that are going to be listening to your, and I'm not making this stuff up, they're going to be listening to your telephone conversation. I find it ironic that the Prime Minister is using a burner phone and all his staff over in China, but we're making a deal, it's Huawei 2.0, to come back into Canada, and we get nothing but potential job losses in our factories right across the board. And there's over 500,000 people that are employed in the auto sector. And that doesn't include all those families that go out and do their grocery shopping, buy clothes, maybe put an addition on their home. So this is a serious, serious matter. They say it's only 49,000 vehicles. Folks, it's really 33% of the EV sales in Canada. And once the camel gets his head in a tent, his whole body's in the tent, and you aren't getting rid of him. Remember this speech. And yes, just looking for a little sip of water. But anyways, folks, you know, you can play this back a few years down the road. I can assure you this is not a good move. But I'll never apologize for standing up for our auto workers, and I will continue doing everything I can to protect their jobs and paychecks, including pushing the federal government to do the right thing. And I always say collaboration, cooperation, partnership. It was anything but a partnership. I found out about this deal, and the auto companies found out, by the way, a few hours before it was announced. So much for the